NATO soldiers found the house after local people took them there. 20 bodies, most trapped indoors, some outside where people had jumped from windows. So badly burnt, men can't be distinguished from women. But this man says his brother and his wife were among them. A Kosovo Liberation Army fighter nearby said the atrocity happened in March on the second day of NATO bombing.
The KLA were forced to withdraw, and then the civilians were made together at the mosque, and then hundreds of males were separated from the others.
Further up the road we arrived at Gjakova, or Djakovica as the Serbs who've now gone call it. It used to be a town of 70,000. Its old centre could now hardly support a pack of stray dogs. Today the survivors of the horror of the past 3 months, people who had lain low in hiding from the Serbs, were meeting each other for the first time in the new wasteland that is their town. Fatima lived through it all.
All these shops were burned for 4.5 hours. The first night, it means 24th March, as soon as the NATO started bombing. At 24, it means 12 o'clock midnight, as soon as the NATO stopped, they started at the beginning of the street to burn.
Fatima, tell me, those of you who did stay behind, how did you survive for those 2-3 months?
Oh, well, you see, nightmare. Every moment I was waiting to come the police at my home to burn and to kill me. They picked up all the young people, old people, even the women and children, and they divided. Women from the men, the women they just sent to one factory, and the boys they sent, even today we don't know where are they.
Just then we met a group of women who pleaded with us to find out what had happened to their sons. They said 1,700 men were taken by the Serbs. They've just begun collecting the names of the missing men of Djakovica. Relatives have been coming to the office with rumors that their sons and husbands are being held prisoner, perhaps in Serbia, perhaps in northern Kosovo. This is the list that's been typed up so far of the men that are missing from this town alone. All of them are said to have been taken away between the 9th and the 11th of May. From a quick glance I can see that the youngest name is 17 years old and the oldest is 50. The registration centre in Djakovica was run by the KLA, as seemed to be the town hall, which had not been damaged during the conflict. We saw the KLA manning their own checkpoints outside town, while NATO soldiers looked on. Much the same tacit acceptance of the KLA's armed presence by NATO is taking place in the centre of Prizren. The former rebels staged a triumphal procession through the centre today. They now appear to be accepted as the legitimate authority in Kosovo's second biggest city. The local KLA commander met a German NATO officer and made reassuring noises.
There is no shooting. No shooting. No shooting, just positioning, very controlled situation. Okay.
But the fighters themselves show no inclination to disarm.
In my opinion, the KLA should continue its ability to defend our people. One day, the NATO forces will leave, so we must make sure we do not have problems like the ones we have just lived through.
Without any resistance from NATO, the KLA has occupied the military barracks vacated by the last of the Serb forces. The German commander here says his men will only disarm the KLA if they're obstructive. It's a long way from a peace deal, which has Kosovo still in Yugoslavia, and the KLA demilitarized. Cabirado, Channel 4 News, Prizren.